Now, everybody in the world know the Aboriginals can't fight. I'm just gonna. Now, everybody in the world know the Aboriginals can't fight. Now, everybody in the world know the Aboriginals can't fight. Now, everybody in the world know the Aboriginals can't fight. I'm just gonna keep it real. Everybody know the Aboriginals ain't got nothing for themselves. We're gonna keep this shit real. If you're an Aboriginal, man, I hate to be the one to break it to you.
Damn.
But nigga, you ain't never saw no Aboriginal war, nigga. Man. Send me a video with a timestamp. You ain't never seen no Aboriginal war, and they won a successful military only when they fought with us last year.
So he's saying they over. Yo, he said they got no lead.
I didn't know he was going hard like that on them.
Oh,
he said they ain't got no wins, and the only time they did win was when they linked up with them. You heard him say that?
Look, shit. Look, hold on. Get your shit off. Get your shit off.
Get your shit off.
See no Aboriginal war, and they won a successful military only when they fought with us last year. And they didn't even win all of them fades.
Nah, this is classic, y'all. This is classic. This is classic, right?
Yeah, I think
where's smoke signal go?
Yeah, let's get some. I want to keep playing this, but let's get an Aboriginal up here for this, man.
Yo, the link is pinned, y'all. I need.
Not a coincidence is a major factor in this community, and people don't even know it. Goofy motherfuckers.
Gentle beats.
How you think you Aboriginal when you look just like an African? Call them out for a debate. Pick the video and then I laugh at them. Many niggas ain't even know shit. I can try to get this nigga to share my screen, he wouldn't even show this shit. And they keep trying to play the straw man like I ain't noticed. But he out here blind as hell, he talking about his eyes open. He think he really doing some whole time I ain't even going. I told him come on and show that screen, the Apple, you pump fake. Call him Chicky, he don't even pop out, cheap holiday in. Acting like he started something, but he can't even defend. Got the Abos looking at you like shit, what you on? How you gon' let Cosmo and Lucky take this decoy phone? He say fuck the Abo, dodge him now, he can't stand up. He say fuck that Lucas shit, my nigga, he said that. Hey, you better quit lying on granny nigga, she can tell you that shit. How you got open smoke panel when you known for ducking phase? How you think you Aboriginal when you look just like an African? Call them out for a debate. Pick the video and then I laugh at them. Many niggas ain't even know shit. I can try to get this nigga to share my screen, he wouldn't even show this shit. And they keep trying to play the straw man like I ain't noticed. But he out here blind as hell, he talking about his eyes open. He think he really doing some whole time I ain't even going. I told him come on and show that screen, the Apple, you pump fake. I told him come on and show that screen, the Apple, you pump fake. How you got open smoke panel when you known for ducking phase?
This game, you're not ready for.
How the fuck y'all find an African in my fucking family, but y'all ain't find your own genealogy? Shut the fuck up. That don't make sense, for one. Listen, y'all don't know what y'all did.
I don't feel like you standing on
and y'all lied on me, because y'all don't even know if that's me. And if y'all can trace that shit back to it's me, it's only 2 people in YouTube that got my information.
Yeah, he died by his own genealogy. You ain't an Indian, you ain't got a lot of meat. Half of this track, best believe you lose a lot of sleep. Probably because you made it up to us honestly. You ain't a Cherokee, nope. You ain't a Chickasaw, nope. You ain't a Blackfoot, nope. Nigga, get lost. You just a fool with low comprehension. So I gotta come through with the henchmen. NAC, Sean P, Shy Son, Lucky. Don't forget Jay, got no time to play. Call that Abos slipping with his genealogy. Now he's a con and I ain't talking about a singer. I'm coming for the top Abo leader. He ain't a teacher, he's a preacher. He can't keep up, so we leave him Yeah, he died by his own genealogy. You ain't an Indian, you ain't got a lot of me. After the track, best believe you lose a lot of sleep. Probably because you made it up to us possibly. You ain't a Cherokee, no. You ain't a Chickasaw, no. You ain't a Blackfoot. Nigga, get lost. You just a fool with low comprehension. So I gotta come through with the henchmen. NAC, Sean P, Shy Son, Lucky. Don't forget Jay got no time to play. Caught an apple slipping off his genealogy. Now he's a con. OTK. TKO. Now he's a con. OTK. You died. TKO genealogy.
Come on, man. Rolling up weed, man. Dealing with these stupid ass niggas out there. Come on. What you want, some clout? He just want a little publicity. Caught him slipping pants down. He had a public family trip. Hit him with a sneak peek, like deleted scene. He don't want to shut the screen. He know it's gonna be a murder scene. How you looking for smoke? Don't like how the hookah smells. If you know any better, you stop going live. At this point, you just a blooper reel. Real shit. If you know any better, you stop going live. At this point, man, nigga, just a blooper reel. At this point, you just a blooper reel. How the fuck you tryna whoop for smoking like the hookah smell? This the same type of scholarship you get from the jail cell. What you on, buddy? He think the dope make him smart. Then your mama tell you, son, don't be playing after dark. Caught him slipping with a public tree like we was at the city park. Caught him tripping with a public tree like we was on state property. Caught him with a public tree like we was on state property. How the hell you Aboriginal but you ain't got no anything on your family tree? That shit crazy. I'm trying to add that shit up, it don't make sense to me. That shit ain't bad for my G. It's that teriyaki. Come on.
I caught Cosman with the cow. I seen Juice, so I got him off the owl. Got him. And Sister Betty made a fake tree. What? So tell me why y'all wanna hate me. Why? And fuck a Pan-Indian, cause you ain't nothing but a pretendian. Real. And Hawk School is an idiot. You ain't no hawk, you a pigeon, bitch. I send AP to PA. A1, yeah, he's gay. And I don't care what he say. They don't got the genealogy. They don't got the genealogy. And when they show the genealogy, somebody turn into an African. And that's when we laugh at them. OTK to OT Con. Smoke Signal People was owned by Chickasaw. Because he showed the genealogy. Because he showed the genealogy. So he died by his own genealogy. So he died by his own genealogy. Genealogy. Genealogy.
Culture Freedom. Culture Freedom. I just met these ladies out here in the park randomly. How many of y'all ever heard y'all had Indian in your family?
Absolutely.
Everybody heard that before, right? Who? Where did you hear it from? Who was the person I told you?
Our grandmother.
Once again, thank you very much, lady. I appreciate it.
All right.
Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Hey, yo, these apples think they it, but they not. Every time I look around, they be on TikTok. Every time I look around, they saying something pseudo. Knowing it's a lie, acting like it's really true though. Harriet Tubman's real, Nat Turner is a hero. I'ma keep it a buck, Dan Calloway's a weirdo. I'ma keep it a buck, Karimio is too. The research lie, he could never tell the truth. That coward A1, he's a miss no more. Just give me a shot, I can miss no more. Just give me the rock, it's a must. I score. These apples need to see a doctor, it's for sure. Hey, Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Hey yo, these apples think they real, but they fake. Always on YouTube, we could never get a break. All they do is cherry pick, die at their own sources. Pick the copper color, but not the hair of the horses. And DNA is not real, it's only for entertainment purposes. Can't believe how many times I heard this shit. Can't believe how many times I heard the same shit. Asking for the slave ships. Grandma said, I'm not African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, how many times Grandma said, we got Indian in us? It's a legend. It's a family legend. Grandma said we had Indian in us. Grandma ain't say we was Indian though. Stop taking Grandma out of context, man. Stop lying on Granny, man. Cause Grandma ain't say shit, man. You said it, man. You said it, man. Stop lying on Grandma. Grandma said.
Now, everybody in the world know the Aboriginals can't fight. I'm just gonna. Now, everybody in the world know the Aboriginals can't fight. Now, everybody in the world know the Aboriginals can't fight. Now, everybody in the world know the Aboriginals can't fight. I'm just gonna keep it real. Everybody know the Aboriginals ain't got nothing for themselves. We're gonna keep this shit real. If you're an Aboriginal, man, I hate to be the one to break it to you.
Damn.
But nigga, you ain't never saw no Aboriginal war, nigga. Name it. Send me a video with a timestamp. You ain't never seen no Aboriginal war, and they won a successful military only when they fought with us last year.
So he said,
Damn. Peace, y'all. Mic check. Y'all hear me? Peace to the chat. Oh, that's cheating. What's good, y'all? What's good? Y'all don't mind the commercial. Don't mind the commercial. We back. We back. You know what we do over here.
I'm gonna keep playing this, but let's get an Aboriginal up here for this, man.
Yo, the link is pinned, y'all. I need.
Not a coincidence is a major factor in this community, and people don't even know it. Goofy motherfuckers.
What's good, y'all? Where we at? We gotta fix this. Yeah, Baby Ghost said that Grandma said is the greatest hit. Oh no, that was in the video. It said the link is pinned. I'm about to put the link out there in a minute. But we just about to go through a couple things with these abos. First, I gotta show y'all something, right? So, I like to instigate. Shout out to everybody here. Yo, share and like the video for me, y'all. Peace. We're gonna jump right into it. And look who he's talking about. Piggyback. Yo, Smoke, go somewhere, man. You could jump on the panel. I'll beat you up any day of the week. Any day of the week. But yeah, you see who they talking to now. This is like from a minute ago, so they're not actually beefing right now, but we instigating like always. You know, it's on the internet. It can never come. Well, it can if he took it down, but obviously he ain't take it down because he wants people to still watch it. So we watching it. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Subscribe, hit the like button, share. Let's go. Now you lucky you in traffic, Smoke. You lucky. I no sound. Hold on. How the fuck ain't no sound?
We're pushing Aborigine for social, political, economic fucking power. Do you not understand what we just said? If any motherfucker, the sound of my voice, to have ancestors from this land, if you don't understand that, I don't give a fuck if you tone talk, if you Umar, if you this nigga, you
just be dropping names. So that's Supreme Chief Holiday and Aboriginal Power. When they had a little problem with Top Cats and Dane. But let me show you the type of people we dealing with. So Ab Power, he's asked a question. Let's listen to this question.
Intelligent person. I love, your vocabulary, even though some of the words I don't understand.
You know what I'm
saying? What, like, have you went to school? Have you, like, what is your...
I was in slow classes my whole life.
Please don't do that. Please,
I was in slow classes my whole life.
Please don't do that. Please, what is your...
I was in slow classes my whole life.
Please don't do that. Please.
With a helmet. We're talking about with a helmet on.
I mean, just...
Shout out to everybody with a helmet on. We can make it, y'all.
He acting like he's joking, but he's dead ass. He is dead ass serious. Dead serious. So hold on, y'all. I gotta run to the door. I'll be right back.
Culture freedom. I just met these ladies out here in the park randomly. How many of y'all ever heard y'all had Indian in your family?
Absolutely.
Everybody heard that before, right? Where did you hear it from? Who was the person I told you?
Our grandmother.
Once again, thank you very much, lady. I appreciate it.
All right.
Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Hey, yo, these apples think they it, but they not. Every time I look around, they be on TikTok. Every time I look around, they saying something pseudo. Knowing it's a lie, acting like it's really true though. Harriet Tubman's real, Nat Turner is a hero. I'ma keep it a buck, Dan Calloway's a weirdo. I'ma keep it a buck, Carimio is too. The research lie, he could never tell the truth. That coward A1, he's a miss no more. Just give me a shot, I can miss no more. Just give me the rock, it's a must. I score. These apples need to see a doctor, it's for sure. Hey, Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian.
Grandma said, "Yo, Smoke, knock it off, man. You the only one out here on that bullshit."
Like, what is your?
I was in
like,
slow classes my whole life.
Please don't do that. Please.
With a helmet. With a helmet on.
I mean,
That's the only believable thing Bap ever said, man. That's the only believable thing Bap ever said. All of these dudes. To be an Aboriginal, you have to be on the slow side. You know, you was in high school in one class, right? Like you said, he had a helmet on. Right, so this is all Abos is really good for, man. It's just arguing, temper tantrums. That's really it, man. There's nothing else to an Aboriginal panel, right? They get up there, sit Indian style, hold hands until somebody they view as somebody against their ideology comes up there, and that's when they want to kick, scream, and fight. No matter what you show them, no matter what evidence, because like religion, to be an Abo is not based on evidence. It's just not based on evidence, right? That's why they're Aboriginal. It's belief. But let's see if we can catch a temper tantrum around.
Why don't just three teach
Becky was a white slave in her father's house. Becky was a white slave in her father's house. Y'all got it.
Hey, your story is as fake as your dentures, nigga. Your story is as fake as your dentures.
Hey, can y'all cash out this whole ass nigga something and get him an Apple phone or something? This fuck nigga on this government phone trying to talk crazy, and I can't even hear your whole ass. Stand.
But this is all they do all day. They yell at each other when they not sitting Indian style and holding hands. They screaming at each other and anybody else who gets in their way.
On a chair.
So this is me showing I was showing a law. This is the Negro woman children to serve according to the status, the condition of the mother, excuse me. It doesn't say anybody's children is gonna serve the condition of the mother. It says the Negro's woman's children. Right? This is how they implemented only black people being enslaved. Right? So he was trying to show some white slaves, but when everything I was showing him about the same slaves he was showing, it was saying that they're mulattoes. Not them personally, because they look white, but their mothers was mulattoes, their grandmothers was mulattoes, and that's why they was enslaved through the mother. Because the mother had Negro ancestry.
Little nigga, stand on a chair when you talk to a giant whole ass nigga.
You 3-2 having ass nigga. Look,
you whole ass nigga, stand on a chair when you talk to a giant. I can't hear you, nigga.
Like all it is yelling. This is what they want to get into, yelling.
He's looking ass up, nigga. I see
you the one there selling cock rings, bro. Stop.
Loud mouths, and they always got gates up. All of them got gates.
Don't get offended, bro. What you gonna press charges on him? Cause you a fucking fag, nigga. What you gonna say? He goddamn. It's a hate crime. Is it a hate crime for calling your whole ass out, nigga? Shut the fuck.
And they think they're winning an argument doing this. That's the sad shit they be doing, man. That's Hawk School. He's one of them many that use that same tactic. So much so that we start seeing other people who used to come in here and try to have conversations start acting like that. Like Vino. Now he wants to yell and scream. So, multi-generational mulatto. If you want to, you can't talk DNA and mulatto because there's no scientific basis for the term mulatto. You don't, so you don't know what you're talking about. You sound stupid. You need to drop that stupid shit. You always got a gimmick. Before you was running around telling people to call ICE on immigrants, and now everybody's a mulatto. That's your gimmick, bro. We know what it is. You're looking for attention. But again, mulatto has no basis in science. Just killing yourself.
Fuck up, nigga. Shut your whole ass up, nigga. I told you about coming up here on the panel with a motherfucking ass full of anal beads, nigga, talking tough.
Look, that's disgusting, man. But it's the type of shit Abos be on. That real weirdo shit. Right? They belong in a Diddy party. You'll hear that all day on their panel. Shit is crazy. You can't even have a decent conversation. You can't have a decent informational based conversation because they have temper tantrums. They want to tell jokes. They want to block you, time you out. All because they want to run from the conversation. That's it. Run from the conversation. Smoker asks you 1,000 questions, trying to lead you to a point that don't got nothing to do with what the actual claim was. Shit is sad. These are the many tactics we're dealing with Abos. To the point where I think they do it just to tire you out. So you just be like, fuck it. Because any sane person would be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm done with this shit. So I guess I'm a little crazy because I be going up on the panels. I don't know why, but I don't got the patience for all the bullshit.
So-called Europeans.
So let's listen to this conversation. Let's see where we at. Yo, share and like the video, y'all. All we do is Abo drive-bys, man. Right? And we ready at any time for any fake Black Indian or Aboriginal to come up here and have the conversation. Anytime. Word. I put the link in the chat. Matter of fact, I ain't pin it. My bad, y'all. Let me put it again. Pin this. But they're scared of the conversation. Or they're just gonna bullshit you with no sources. You said
They've
what?
been fighting over there for land and religious battles for a lot of years. Them and the Arabs.
Yeah,
They're next door neighbors.
So they've been fighting there over, but maybe you could say 1,000 years. But the shit over that happened in America took about 200. It took over the whole shit. So
Now I would say well longer than older than that, but more than 1,000.
yeah, that's how, and they still don't got the whole place. But they came to America and did it in less than 2 centuries. So they took over the whole Americas in less than 2 centuries. But they've been in Africa trying to take the shit over for thousands of years and still haven't done it. So that was kind of funny how I walked them into that. So he's trying to talk shit about Africa. He's trying to talk shit about Africa and how they got conquered and shit. Well, basically, it happened faster in America. They've been trying to invade Africa for thousands of years, right? And still didn't get the whole place. But you can't go anywhere in America without there being a white person. So Big Dog, he just walked into that. And that's no shot to the real Native Americans. That's no shot to them. But when they try to downplay the Black African experience, you gotta send shots back, man. And the truth is the truth.
Well, we know Africa
glad you point that
is
out,
a bunch
Lee.
of different
I'm glad you pointed
corporations.
that out,
It's not
bro.
just one corporation.
So, are these people mentally unwell? I believe so. I definitely believe so. They are a product of, just basically, how the Black American was always talked down on in the history. So they're a product of taking it in negatively. right? They really took it in and think that's what it is, because they'll sit there and say, "Oh, you know, black is dead in law and shit like that," when that shit is not real, right? They're really a product of post-traumatic slave syndrome, right? What's y'all? Do you think Pacific Islanders may have traveled straight across South America? Yes, I do. I don't know exactly about straight across, but I know people from that area definitely came there. So yeah. Where was that?
54 different corporations that call themselves countries. They've been divided a long time ago. That's why none of Africa is united. None of them
Well, why can't? What do you
54
think about
states
that?
are united.
They've been
They
trying to
all
take over
been
Africa for
conquered by different.
thousands of years. It still haven't took over the whole continent, but they took over the whole America. And
Nigga, they took over the whole continent. Nigga, don't know black people. Nigga, own no land over there. Telling motherfuckers what to do over there. Them niggas ain't telling no. Man, them niggas is getting. Man, them niggas is at court, nigga, with white. Them niggas is at court with a white wig on, nigga. Them niggas is at their courts with a white wig on. What are you talking about?
Damn, he done got emotional. Damn,
yeah, he mad.
Yeah, y'all niggas is crazy. It ain't no motherfucking black people on earth, nigga, running no land on earth, nigga. Them niggas ain't running. Them niggas speaking somebody else's language, nigga. Nigga, tell me the country.
Look, you hear all the shit he was saying. Oh, don't know black people who run nowhere. There's independent countries in Africa. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Ditto, what's good? I forgot you was back there. My bad.
Sup, NAC? All good?
Yeah.
Yeah, just coming in. Dude, you know, there's something true about time immemorial. It is that their bullshit is so time immemorial that that type of bullshit has no memory. If you think if you get what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I tell you. What next? They're gonna say that the indigenous came from aliens.
I mean, they're stuck at, some of them say they came out the ground, believe it or not.
Came out of the ground.
Yeah.
What were we? Zombies?
Cabbage Patch Kids or something.
Cabbage Patch Kids or something like that.
Well, but this is the type of shit they be on though.
Please.
With a hammer. This is my whole life.
Went to school.
Listen,
Have you like what is your?
I was in
like,
slow classes my whole life.
Please don't do that. Please.
With a hammer. Slow classes my whole life.
Please don't do.
They was all in slow classes. This is the problem with it.
I saw a video yesterday. Was it something like that? Hold on.
But Smoke?
No. I don't want Smoke, man. His panels are so bad that it's just sad. Here we go. You gotta. It's what 17 minutes long. Hold on, I'm putting the I'll put the link on the back chat. What's interesting on that sense is that discussion about FBA and Abos, and it shows that the pretendians like Smoke or any like OTK or any of these ones, they don't even realize it. but they are xenophobic and they are extremely repetitive on their racism and their ethnical ignorance that they just don't have a fucking slight idea of what was happening on the Western Hemisphere. One of those examples is, that what was that? Top Cat saying, "Oh well, the Europeans came in and they invaded and no one gave a fight." Blah, 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 and that's not true. There's sufficient records that from the get-go, resistance was a fact here.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they'll ever get it. But we're gonna go to that video, but I want to finish this first.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yo, but NAC, man, what's good with the debates? Why AP ain't doing no debates or nothing? The hell?
Yo, bro.
Shit been dry, bro.
Because they can't keep not debating the topic. They can't keep that up for too long. Like, them niggas don't debate the topic, bro. Like even with Tyron. Bap sat there and said it on his panel. Tyron did not debate the topic when he debated you, and he should have lost. He said that shit. That video ain't up no more, but he said that shit. He know he said that shit.
Yep. And then turn right around and say I lost.
Yeah, niggas is corny. Just like when I debated Bap, he didn't debate the topic.
I voted for Tyron. I thought he won.
We know, but he didn't debate
not
the
a
topic.
coincidence. I voted for A1. I knew he won. But y'all got it.
Another one didn't debate the topic.
But yeah, you played that whole shit back, and he was talking about something totally different, bro.
Yeah.
White slaves, that shit ain't got the Mann Act, that shit ain't got nothing to do with that. And I thought it was if blacks own white people.
Exactly. He never showed that.
He never showed that, so he lost.
Yeah, y'all like to talk about, now y'all bringing up that, y'all like to talk about just black slaves when, like I said earlier, the whole world been enslaved. Every nationality enslaved their people, some type of form or another. Y'all only like to concentrate on black slavery.
Because we only talk.
Their thinking is crazy. Like when we're talking about slavery, we're talking about the slavery that happened in the Americas, specifically North America, that's where most of us are from. That's what we're talking about. The Black American history that happened in the United States. We ain't talking about what happened in Rome or Greece. We ain't talking about none of that.
Oh man, I hate when they do that.
Yeah,
they can't focus on the Western Hemisphere. They can't focus here on this place, and then they just go, "Oh well, look at what happened in Rome." What the fuck? I don't give a damn. What happened in Africa? That happened in Africa. Look at what happened in I don't know, Tikbantu or something like that. Whatever, and they just go everywhere, and I hate that.
Yeah, they can never stay on topic.
Asians
America
enslaved their people. The Chinese
and they see this your screen right here, or that's a source?
But you're only teaching about, black slavery.
That's my screen. Smoke finally pulled it up. But look, this is one of my African cousins.
Let's go.
Right? Chino Ajero, 98% Nigerian, 2% Nigerian Woodlands. Right? 100%. So I don't know what these dudes be talking about. That's why they be like, "Oh, you can't use DNA." The DNA leads you right back to Africa.
And that's a match. That's a genetic match, bro. That's an L, man.
Look, this kills them every time. This is why they don't deal with DNA. Because if you're going to fuck around and find your African cousins, this is exactly why they don't deal with DNA. I do this to them every time, embarrass them.
98%, 100%. And that's a match to you.
Yeah. And I've talked to him in messages.
Who
He
was
said he
this?
had like 100 people from over 100 people from
I'm
America.
from America. From America, right?
Yeah, that he matched.
Yep. This one lady, she's from Africa. She had like 100 people, probably more, that was in the United States.
Yeah, there was this lady I got the video with. She said she had like 700 matches.
Yeah, that's right. That's her 700. Yeah. And they still denying this history, man. This shit is a rap, man. No integrity.
Nope.
That's why they don't take DNA, genealogy. They'll say genealogy the key, but they scared of that shit, bro.
That's a fact.
Fourth generation.
So that would be we would share a common ancestor around the middle to late 1700s.
Right. And that would be the person that came over here, right?
Yes.
Checkmate. There's no.
Yeah, Lori, I found a couple of them. I had my girl recently. She took a DNA test. I just found one of her African cousins going through her matches. But if you got ancestry, there's a way to do it. When you can go to filter, and you can filter out the DNA, so you can go 6 to 8 centimorgans. They don't have 6 in their database, but the minimum is 6. So you do 6 to 8. Look at all the 8 centimorgans. Look for anybody with a weird name. You know, you can kind of spot an African name. And then just do the 9 centimorgans, 10. So it's going to be, you're going to find your African cousins between the 8 and 10, 11 centimorgans. So you don't need to look through the whole list, right? And then, you know, a lot of them don't make trees, but then you can also look, put African countries in place of birth in people's trees. You can try to look that way. But yeah, you can definitely find your African cousin.
Way around.
And you know what's interesting on this?
That's the DNA.
Go ahead.
You know what's interesting on this? The population of our Afro-descendancy in Latin America is 150 million, more than almost triples that population of the United States. And if you ask them have they ever thought about that of the lineage or connection towards Africa, many will tell you no. Many will tell you that even if they recognize that they are Afro-descendancy from slavery, that they are either from any of the 33 nations in Latin America. They will tell you, I'm Afro-Colombian, I'm Afro-Venezuelan, I'm Afro-Cuban, Afro-Mexican, Afro-Hondureñan, etc. But what's interesting is that in the last 200, 250 years, the history that is taught here in regards of slavery is very straightforward. Yes, we had slavery. It was imposed by the Spaniards, but as soon as we became independent of the Spaniards, majority of our countries abolished slavery. But then they cut off right there. And they don't tell that the hardships of Afro communities in Latin America, and so we're obligated to find out. And if I do a DNA test that I did about 20 years ago, back in the turn of century, dude, fucking genetics or the companies cater more to North Americans than anybody else. And the way the categorizations are established are to favor the EDC within the Anglo-speaking world of the United States. But then, for example, if you look at how they defined somebody with native blood here in Latin America, where one drop rule doesn't exist. If you have 2% of something, you're not that something. You may have had a small lineage towards that something, but one drop rule doesn't exist. But here, for example, we are anybody from Mexico down to Argentina plus the Caribbean They are known as Amerindios. So we still have to carry the tag of Indian because fuckers in the United States couldn't get rid of that term. I don't know if my rant is making sense.
Yeah, my bad. I had to answer a phone call, but I'm listening. I hear you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to the video real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, good shit though.
That's a match. So that's the shit that they say they take, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He took a test. I took a test.
So that's not even like an African ancestry or something.
Nope. He took a test. I took a test, and come to find out, we're related.
Hold that down. Just like I got my genealogy. So Hawk said, I bet they can't show genealogy. You showed that too.
I will show genealogy.
And you showed that you got more Indian than them.
Yeah, they can't even identify who the Indian is in their family. They just say all the black people Indian, but not one was called Indian.
That shit must hurt, man.
Yo, the crazy part is
Well, I'm from a lot of the Indians.
We having this conversation on Smoke Signals panel. You see how quiet they all are? They thinking of something to say. They don't know what to say. They're ready to explode, right? And me and YK just talking back and forth about them on Smoke's panel. All of them are quiet.
It's mixed with the black people heavily.
Right.
Or they was pushed to the
And
side.
that's like Long Island, right?
Yeah.
Right. See? And you showed I remember you showing the records, like showing it spoke about
all that
those
shit
people.
sound good. The DNA test updated last
But it
month.
spoke about
None
those
of your
people.
results are correct, motherfucker. Find something else to play with. Now, since y'all said y'all.
So he said the DNA test updated. So all that time they sitting there quiet. He's saying DNA updated. Yeah, they do update their reference panels and everything, which could change your ethnicity percentages. So what? When they first gave you the percentage in the first place, they told you it was a range in the first place. They tell you you'll see a number, but then under it is a range. They say you're 20% this, then it'll be like it could be 9 to say 30. So if they do an update and it's still in that range, what's the problem? There is no problem. So, but that doesn't change your cousin matches. Your cousin matches are your cousin matches. Y'all share identical DNA on certain portions of your genome. That's why you're cousins. You get those identical pieces of DNA from common ancestors. It's very simple.
Y'all like to talk about integrity. Let's pull this source up I got in the back of our people checking Marcus Garvey, telling them we always been here in 1922. Telling Marcus Garvey, look, nigga, we've been here since America's prehistoric beginning. You don't know shit about history, foreigner. Stay in your alien place. Pull that up and see if y'all gonna have integrity and see that the American Negro named George W. Harris was telling Marcus Garvey the same motherfucking thing we telling y'all today.
Now, what the fuck that got to do with his DNA test? Not a damn thing.
Great question. Nothing. It don't got nothing to do with it. They just jumped to something else instead of addressing what's on here. So somebody had a problem with Marcus Garvey saying Black Americans should go to Africa. So what? A lot of people had a problem with that. That's why we never left when we had the opportunity. Or a large majority of us know we've been here. We don't know nothing about it here because we've been Americanized.
But that's the same bullshit that we had on the prior panel.
Mm-hmm.
This idea of quote unquote time immemorial is entirely bullshit because, and we saw it on the last panel that I was here with you. They can't even even get away from the starting point of the question is, when did the first modern humans, Homo sapiens sapiens, start here? And then you hear them bitching about the term Homo sapiens sapiens, or throwing you a curveball with the time immemorial. So the answer that person gave, the trick on it is on the beginning. Because no, you were not here since the beginning. You're not part of that beginning. You're part of a history that started 500 years ago. But the first Homo sapiens sapiens to arrive here in the Western Hemisphere.
Say that last part one more time.
Like I said, that person saying, "Oh, we've been here from time immemorial. We've been here before everybody else." Blah 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 blah. No, the question is, when did the first modern human Homo sapiens arrive here? And they can't answer that.
They don't want to answer that. We know it doesn't go past. I mean, I put it at 30, but it doesn't go past that. Right? They have a footprint at 23,000, I think. And that don't mean the whole thing was populated.
Yeah.
But yo, shout out to the chat. Peace to everybody in the chat. Yo, share, like the video. But go ahead. What are you saying?
So it's the same thing. I mean, we go back to that point of categorizing the people that were here prior to the arrival of Europeans as Negroes or blacks, or any modern term, is just foolish.
Mm-hmm.
Were there indigenous with dark skin here? Yes. Were there indigenous that had similar phenotypes as potentially West Sub-Saharan Africans? In some occasions, yes.
Yeah.
But that does not equate to the fact
you're connected to them. Right?
Exactly.
Those people end up being absorbed into the population of what we see as the Native Americans today. Right? And we know that because they left their DNA markers.
Yeah, and right? I'm talking. I'm not
Black
just referring.
Don't have those markers. Who just jumped up here?
And I'm not referring to only the United States. I'm referring to the whole, from Argentina up to Canada plus the Caribbean, noting the development of phenotypes, either Arctic, subarctic, or Neoarctic, or sub or Neotropic, or more to the south, you know. So yeah.
I have a question. Why is it the originals on the art of the 16 Mestizos all have color to them, as in they look nothing like you?
Source up. What source are you referring to?
Oh, my bad. I ain't hear the question. What was the question? We can't take too long. I gotta finish a little bit of this video.
The 16 Mestizos. There's art of the 16 Mestizos. Anybody can see it.
You said
and all the 14th, 15th, and 16th century images of art, of maps, and variations of different things pertaining to America. Everyone is brown and dark. Why, sir? Why? Homo sapien sapien?
So
hold on, real quick. I'm not sure really what your question is, but if you're talking about the art stuff, like a lot of people who drew those things, you can look it up. They never been to America, right? There's Europeans that are drawing these things, never been to America. Oh, hold on.
That sounds like interjection.
Hold on. No, you can just look. Like what's the guy? Arnoldus Montanez, and the other guy who wrote this book that y'all like to use. Y'all use the picture all the time. It's the picture with the X in the back, right? They never been to America, and then the book is known to be inaccurate and full of fancy tales. Like y'all use these people who never seen what an Indian was. That's why. So when they think of somebody who's non-white, they seen Africans, so they make them look black. That's your answer. Sorry.
What evidence do you have to support that?
I just told you. I can give you an example. You know that picture y'all like to use with the X in the back, with the Indians with the X in the back.
So what about the tobacco?
Hold on. I'm giving you an example. Tobacco don't have shit to do with nothing. What, the tobacco Indian?
Yeah, it does. My ancestors ran the tobacco fields in Kentucky and to the Carolinas.
Okay,
What they got to
and it's
do?
My Reed and Yoakum ancestors.
What they got to
Yoakum is
do
our
with the
own
people?
tribe too, by the way.
No. What that got to do with the people that was here?
Because those are my ancestors that were always here.
Okay, so can I intercede here for real quickly, Nancy? Because here's
I gotta go back to this video.
Necesito nada, sir.
Okay,
Necesito
so
nada.
first, let's put forward the type of trap this person is trying to put forward. I know who is speaking, but I'm just going to refer to this person. So first, I just put into the chat as well as the private chat a link in regards of what you're referring to is the Spanish castas. So your justification is because they drew it this way, therefore it is because it was this way. That is a fallacy entirely. So let me, in a very simple fashion, disclose this whole thing you're saying. One, it doesn't matter. It's not evidence. The fallacy of authority of saying because the Spaniards or the English wrote it this way, it was this way. So you have a problem. Those sources are not an authority. They're just an example of a perspective of European way of seeing things. So let's go back on the beginning. One, can you provide evidence of how was this continent, America, populated by modern humans, aka Homo sapiens sapiens? If you are ascribing to the idea of time immemorial, as proven on the prior conversation, time immemorial has a start and it has an end. For example, in English law, the end of time immemorial is 11,089. So if you're invocating time immemorial, that means absolutely nothing to the conversation. The floor is yours.
Okay, so your people did not exist on planet Earth until the 16 mestizos. So between 1755 and 1777, that is the birth of your people. And for someone whose birth of their people only being 200 and some so-called years ago, thanks to the amalgamation of the different mixing, and it wasn't just in that period of 20 years, it was mixing that happened after that carried on the generations. If you knew anything about the 16 mestizos, you would know your ancestral place in reality, which would stop you from using words like Homo sapiens sapien, because you can't date yourself in an era that you didn't exist. Your ancestors didn't exist. And I'm grateful for my Native American ancestor that migrated from Russia, and it was awesome for being honest. So this is why I know that all Native Americans are lying about their origin.
So
hold on,
what are my people?
Real quick, because we're getting long with it. I want to finish the video. So, have you seen this picture before, Lotus?
I'm using the app where I can't even zoom in on it and see it. But I mean, I have Guns, Germs, and Steel. I mean, the front page.
No, hold on. I want to make. Remember the point I was trying to make. Right? About how you brought up these pictures of these black Indians, right? Didn't you say that?
There's no such thing as a black Indian.
Oh, you know what I mean? Hey, come on, we're not doing that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not doing semantic shit right now. We're getting to the point. So my point was that these people were drawing them, but they never seen them. They never seen a Native American before. All they know is they're not white. So this is how some of them come, right? But let's look at this though. So that book is called America, being an accurate description of the New World. It's a long title containing original inhabitants, remarkable voyages. Blah blah blah. It's by Montanus Arnaldus and John Ogilvy. Right. So this is what I had to tell A1 about this shit. So in 1671, cartographer and bookseller John Ogilvy published America being an accurate description of the New World. Just read you that. But let's get down to the right here. Despite claiming to be an accurate description, it's in the title of the New World, the work contains many errors and includes numerous fancy tales about the people and animals of the Americas. Since neither Arnaldus Montanez nor John Ogilvy have visited the New World, they relied on travelers' account and secondary sources. So this is what I mean by they never been there. They don't know what they look like, and they're just drawing from what their imagination brings.
And just to drop in,
wait. Do y'all know anything about art in that? In what period of time? Do you guys know anything about art, like at all?
Of course, I know about art, and I know that art isn't sufficient evidence in many ways, because then you're relying on interpretation and you're relying on imagination. Therefore, you are saying that because it was painted this way, it was this way. Not necessarily, unless you are saying that all art is realistic, when you know by fact that art is not realistic. Sure, there is a later on in time a whole movement called realism that wanted to paint what they saw as near as possible to what they saw. But on the times you're referring, that aspect, hold on, NSC. And second, just to make this point very clear.
We got Smoke Signal up there. You be
let me conclude the idea and I'll make it real fast. And second, your excuse in regards of what you say, my people and the 16 mestizos, referring to the castas, is false, because then you're justifying arbitrarily a delimitation that has no sense whatsoever in history. Therefore, you don't know what my people or where are my people when they inhabited the areas of America that they inhabited, and therefore your justification seems just senseless in any way. So that's the point. Art isn't evidence, and your justification to say because they wrote it this way, the Europeans, then therefore it must be true, is also an erroneous approach. That's all I have to say.
So, we got Smoke Signal up here. What's good, Smoke? I forgot what I was going to say.
So all those paintings of George Washington would be what considered pseudo?
No, why would you say that? How is that the same?
Because it said art. He said art is not evidence, brother.
Hold on. No.
He just said art. Hold on. Wait a minute. You asked me a question. Now I'm
so who you asking the question to? Who you asking the question?
I'm asking
you want me to answer something he said?
I'm asking the question to the person who made the assertion that art is not evidence. Did you make that assertion, sir? Okay, then I'm not talking to you. The idiot who said art is not evidence, please step forward. The idiot who said art is not evidence, please step forward.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you have that argument real quick. I just need Lotus to understand that's what I'm talking about. So show me somebody who's seen a Native American and I'll show you what they really painted them like. Not somebody who was just using their imagination. But did so, Smoke talking to you.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for him to be quiet. But all right, so simple. What is art? Smoke, and yes, this is a rhetorical aspect. Can we define art as the exercise of imagination of human beings as one simple explanation? Can we define it as the quote unquote by the Merriam-Webster dictionary, the conscious use of a skill and creative imagination, especially in the production of aesthetic objects? So if we look at what art has been throughout human and modern human, particularly in the Homo sapiens sapiens, we can see that art does not function as an evidence. It only functions as a representation or just a expression of imagination. Therefore, you saying the idiocy and the stupidity, which you just said, trying to sound extremely, smart about it, it clearly shows that you are subjectively and arbitrarily deciding over what art comprises in the human fiber of history and reality. Whereas we, Knack and myself, if I may speak for Knack for a moment, if I may be so bold to do so, we see what art is. Art is just that, the conscious use of a skill and creative imagination. Not necessarily is it evidence of anything more than just interpretation or expression. That's it.
Okay,
I hope that was
up.
clear. I try to make it clear as possible.
Pull it up. Pull it up. That somebody is agreeing with you that art is as you referring it to me right now. Pull it up, bro. I need to see that.
What do you need me to pull up?
Yeah, I ain't gonna argue with you.
What are you trying? What are you asking me to pull up?
I'll just pull
the
it up.
Definition of
I don't trust you. Pull it up.
The definition of art? Is that what you're asking me for? Is that what you're asking me for, Smoke?
You don't know what he's asking for. You're trying to confuse me. That's what you're trying to do.
If me asking him to pull it up confuses him, then he shouldn't even be
you pull it up and you're not in.
What do you want me to pull up?
Man.
He's asking you what to pull up and you're not answering the purpose.
I already explained that. Right? I said it in very plain English. I said, pull up art being referred to as you were referring to it. That's what I asked you to pull up. Very simply, as you are referring to art, I need to see that cross reference by anyone who agrees with you. I don't.
So, in other words, what you're telling me.
In other words, pull it up, brother. In other words,
shut up.
Pull it up. Just pull it up. That's what. In other words, pull that up, brother.
Smoke, you should have already realized that by the time you told me pull it up, I already have 4 links, including 2 dictionaries and Britannica.com.
Okay, let's go.
We can gladly go into that. So I want you to.
Let's go with those, brother. Let's go with what you got pulled up.
Okay. So
ain't no soap. Just put it to the screen. Bring it to the screen.
Smoke. You ain't at home, bro. Relax.
Hey man, it's cool.
You ain't at home,
cool.
bro.
So you want this hybrid to be able to come over here and have free range on all of his assertions with no pushback, right? Simultaneously accusing us of being pseudo. Now I'm gonna need you.
I know.
Bring what you are.
Hold on, Smoke.
I know it's damaging.
Hold on, Smoke. Chill out. Thank you. Real quick. Don't put that on me, because everybody who come up here, you say something, you gotta source it. That's what we do over here. I don't care who you are. We not y'all over there. Y'all play favorites. We not doing that. But go ahead. Y'all got it.
So it's simple as this. Okay, hold on, Smoke.
Look, going live. You're holding me up. Pull that shit up, bro. Stop talking.
Hold
pull
on,
it up. I can put you in this case real quick. Pull it up so I
On
can put you in the casket.
Okay.
And when you go,
all right, listen, smoke. I'm gonna put you in the
Sure,
casket today and every single day. And right now, I'm gonna bury your ignorant ass in the following way. I have already provided 5 different links. One of them, actually 4 links. Cambridge
what you want to
Dictionary,
pull up?
Merriam. Well, hold on, Nick,
You tell me which one. Come on, cause we got to get to it. Which one you
Okay,
want to pull up?
simple as that. I put Cambridge, Merriam-Webster, Britannica, and Oxford Dictionary. Now,
Which one you want though?
whichever you can choose, whichever it is, because at the end, and here it is. What I said that by definition, art can be understood as the conscious use of a skill to express emotion or to express an idea or to interpret in many ways. So let's go Britannica if you want. Could you open up Britannica and Smoke? I want you to read the first part of what Britannica is telling us. There we go. Smoke, please read that aloud.
Art, a visual object or experience consciously created through an expression of skill or imagination. Hello, you here?
Now,
Are you here?
now look up what a depiction is.
Where you go?
Well, Knox stepped away. Yeah.
Nah, I'm right here. I'm waiting.
Oh, okay.
I'm to finish doing what he's doing. Ditso, where you at?
He's
I'm
a
right here.
Ditso.
So, no. Sorry, I was in mute. All right. Can we please open Merriam-Webster? Okay. If we can open the Merriam-Webster one, that's the second. The second link I provided.
It's the botanical one.
Huh?
It's the botanical one. You want the Webster one there?
Yeah. So, Smoke, go ahead and read the definitions on Merriam-Webster, please.
I can't see that. Blow it up.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead. Let's read the first definition.
Okay, art. One of 5 noun synonyms of art. Skill acquired by experience, study, or observation.
Second meaning?
A branch of learning, one of the humanities.
Okay. Third meaning?
An occupation requiring knowledge or skill.
And the fourth meaning, please.
A conscious use of skill and creative imagination, especially in the production of aesthetic objects.
Okay, perfect. Nak, could you please open the first one, Cambridge, Dictionary Cambridge? Okay, and just blow it up. And once it's blown up, please, Smoke, read the definition that Cambridge is given.
The making of objects, images, music, etc., that are beautiful or that express feelings.
All right, perfect. So when I mentioned prior to bringing up all the dictionary meanings, at least 5 of them in this moment. What did I say that
You know
art
you
was?
fucked up, don't you?
No, I didn't. What did I say art was?
You said art was imagination. You said art was imagination. You said art was imagination, brother. And you limited art.
What else did I say?
You limited art
I
to
did not limit
imagination,
art.
brother. Yes, you did.
We can play back this video and see that.
I'll tell not a coincidence. I'll tell not a coincidence to rewind the footage to just before I challenged you.
Sure.
On your
and you will see that you're lying. And as soon as we rewind this and show that you're lying and that you are misinterpreting and misrepresenting the words I said, then what? Are you going to be man enough to accept that you lied and that you willingly manipulated what I was referring to, and that the evidence given to the definition of art has solidified what I explained of what art is and why it does not function as evidence? Then Lotus here asked, what is depiction? And sure, we can then go into that sense of it, but a depiction means to represent something that may have been told to you, either second, third, or fourth source, or in realism, in the line of art that's called realism, is
hold on,
depicting what you see.
Hold on, because this is what they do, right? And I can't believe I just fell for it when I was trying to point this out earlier, right? So Lotus brought up a good point about how these people, some of the depictions or paintings of them look black, or what you want to call so-called black. And Smoke comes in here and he picks the argument, oh, the definition of art, right? So we're trying to talk about how some of these things get misinformed. Some of these people are misinformed in the Aboriginal community because, for one, like that picture I showed, this picture, they've been using this forever, not knowing the people who drew this picture never been to America, never seen a Native American. And that was the point. And Smoke came in and created a great deflection.
Oh, he tried. He tried to make that deflection, but you saw how
No,
it
it
stopped.
worked because, you bit, and he created an argument that stayed away from this, and I allowed it, right?
You can agree that I masterfully destroyed his attempt.
Yeah, but the point is we shouldn't even went there. That's the point. We shouldn't even.
I know. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Right. And did so. You got to speed it up, man. You got to speed it up.
I take my time. I like taking my time and trying to express myself in the best way possible. Yes, that may seem slow for people, but do please tolerate my slowness with understanding that I'm trying to.
Now, we understand what you're doing, and you do it. You definitely make your points and bring the sources. But, people don't have the attention span. They want it. You know what I mean?
Well, people got to get that attention span up.
Yeah. But, hold on. I want to show.
Okay, so y'all through patting yourself on the back? Or y'all through patting yourself on the back? Or do I need to allow y'all a little more time to do so before I open this casket and place the corpses inside?
Open this casket. The great deflector.
One
Smoke. You're already burned, and you're smoking like a forest fire right now. You don't even realize it. This is the second time I burn you with methodical show that your bullshit is of humongous size. Dude,
let him get it out. Did so. Let him get it out. He was quiet when he was talking. Let him go. Go ahead, Smoke.
Dan did so. What is a sketch artist? I'll leave you with that. I'm out.
What is a sketch? See, this is what I'm saying. It's all deflection.
Really? That was his last attempt. Oh, that was poorly done, dude.
That was terrible.
That was terrible. And in fact, anticipating that he was gonna try to use the aspect of depiction, I already placed on the private chat Merriam-Webster's definition of depiction, and it kills his argument. Because
he didn't have an argument.
He didn't have an argument.
Hold
What's
on.
a sketch artist? That's like time immemorial. That's the same idiocy of time immemorial. What's a sketch artist?
Yeah, we got a new person up here, Swindle. Swindle, what's good?
Hey, what's up? I've just been listening for probably the last half hour, 45 minutes, and you're mentioning art. So let's talk a little bit about the depiction of Moorish art, where they do Moorish figurines and they're black. Okay, to my understanding, when the Northern Europeans first found who the Moors were, they were dark skinned. They weren't black like the sub-Saharan African. They were what they called swarte skin, which is like a tannish skin, like the Egyptians and stuff like that. So for the first time seeing a darker skinned people, the Northern Europeans thought they were black. So this is art. So the Moorish concept art is they have figurines with black skin. Are Moors black? Not all of them. There's a very few Moors that are black. So with this other guy's smoke signal, art is in the eye of the beholder. So if that makes if he comprehends that.
Wait. You said very few Moors were black.
Yes.
So, and what are the name of those specific Moors, and what specific area of the world are they from?
You ever heard of the Muslim invasion of Northern Africa and Southern Europe?
Yeah, that was debunked by Walter Williams and Hagos Alamiyahu. So,
Okay.
can you give me another one where I can compare and contrast with actual tribes in Africa that can substantiate any so-called Khedive decree nonsense that was made up in the 19th century that they tried to backdate to 600 to 900 with the so-called Golden Age of Islam, which was created by an Irish Mason and a Scottish weirdo with the Royal Society. So can you show me, like, if I go type in more in Wikipedia, what am I going to see?
Get away from Wikipedia because anybody can add stuff
If
to
I
Wikipedia.
go type in more, okay, well, how about this? Why is it when I look up more, I find Haratin, Haratin. I find Hardana. Why do I find those names and not a small portion being black and then the great deal of portion being not black? I'm trying to figure that out, because when I look up more, it sends me to Haratin and Hardana.
What are you using for a search engine?
All of them send me to Haratin and Hardana.
Okay.
All the SEOs send me to Haratin and Hardana.
Okay, who am I talking with?
I mean, I don't understand the importance or relevance of that, but I am the Democrats' worst nightmare. So we'll just go with that today.
Okay, you're the Democrats' worst nightmare. So,
Yes.
Okay, so you must be Trump.
I mean, you see the avatar. That's why I said the Democrats' worst nightmare.
I'm on my phone. I really can't see the screen.
Okay, so I am Emun Rakati, founder of Black Lotus Civilization. I use the title American Lotus. So I no longer use Umfotegum or Emun Rakati.
Oh my God! Come
you know
on.
what I'm saying? So
Stop the
Okay.
Nah, I mean, he wants me to introduce myself to him. Sure.
Now I get it. Okay. So you have no idea who the Moors were?
Oh, I just told you, Haratin, Hardana.
Okay. And so how far back do you believe the Moors go?
Why are we even talking about Moors? What's going on?
The point is the guy, one of the guys was talking about art. Okay, and what I was trying to make the point is that these Moorish figures represent. They have black. The faces are painted black. Excuse me. And the point I'm trying to make is the first time somebody saw darker skinned people, like a tan skin, not black like sub-Saharan African, they thought they were black.
What's the other ones? I'd have to pull up the other names, but those are the names that you will find attached to more.
Swindle.
Yeah, in your part of the world.
If I may, real quickly, after
I
listening
mean, you
to
can
what
get into
you
the
said,
monophysites, the diaphysites, and into the Coptics and all that stuff.
Yeah,
hold on.
that's
I really don't want
irrelevant.
Too, and I can show
That's
you depictions
irrelevant
of
right
them,
now.
and I can
Yeah,
show
that's
you
irrelevant.
pictures
We're
taken with
talking about art.
with
So,
the fez on.
Swindle,
I could do this all
Swindle,
day.
give me a moment there, Lotus. Swindle.
Hey,
Yes,
but,
I
I
understand.
don't want to distract too much, so I'm gonna let y'all continue. I'm kind of fall back and enjoy whatever's going on.
So, Swindle, yeah, I understand the point that you're trying to make in the sense that the way the Europeans depicted those indigenous that they met here once they invaded, the only way they could express that was through what their experience was with the ethnical groups of the Moors, either of Northern Africa or Al-Andalus in the southern parts of Spain, etc. So yeah, that's the whole point I was making before Smoke Signal tried vehemently to ask us what a sketch artist is. But that's the point. The point is those depictions of Europeans in regards of the natives populations that were here on their arrival is not evidence. It's just that a depiction, and a depiction based on what they thought or what they saw in that world. But those depictions mean nothing in relation to what the people were here. So yeah, we agree at that core of your argument. We agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I can.
hold on
Let me
real
just
quick.
make one more thing, then I'm going to get off.
Go ahead.
So I have documentation that links me to a Native American tribe in the Nova Scotia area of Canada. And I can't pronounce their name. It's a tongue twister for me, but they are a very light-skinned tribe. They're not copper color. They're very light skinned because being way up north, they're not hitting the sun and stuff like that. So I could trace on my father's side, I could trace my lineage back to the early to mid 1600s to that tribe, and they're part of the First Nation. So when somebody says Black Indians, I partially being Native American, very little of it, that does kind of hit a sore spot with when some of them say that they are from that tribe, and there was no dark-skinned people in that tribe. So I just wanted to mention that, and I'm just going to go back to listening to y'all talk back and forth.
Yeah, but today, anybody can have ancestry to a lot of different things because the world is smaller today.
Yeah.
Back to the point I was trying to make. So when we do look at paintings from people, which y'all took me way off the point. When we do look at paintings from people who actually was here and seen them, this is what we get, right? So this is from Albert. I can't say his last name, but Eckhout. He did a series of 8 figures in 1641. These are the 8, right? So I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time, but Look, this is one of the depictions he did of the Indians he seen. They don't look black, what you call black. So this is Albert left a Tupaya woman, 1641, right, and a Tupaya man, same year, right. You wouldn't call these people Negroes. Yes, they're not white. They have a darker skin, but they're not Negroes. Right? Same thing. Brazilian woman, 1641, Brazilian man. Right? These are the indigenous people. Right? So when we get to the black people who was there in 1641, these are Africans.
That come on, man. You just interjected that.
No, it says it right here. I didn't interject anything.
They interjected that.
No, these are Africans. What are you talking about? So Echoes, and this is how we know. Echoes Africa's a paint speak. So you got to know what you're looking at. Echoes, African woman is shown as displaced from her homeland and forced into a world where African Americans, Africans, Americans, and Europeans interact. The American plant and native Brazilian fishing on the shore locate her in Brazil, but her hat and basket are African. Her hat and basket are African. You got to know how to look at the pictures, right? While her jewelry and pipe tucked into her waist are European, right? And we can go to the man. What do they say about the man? The African man literally stands apart from the other figures. He is not situated in Brazil, but in Africa, as indicated by the date palm, which is native to North Africa, and the ivory tusk on the ground, which exemplifies Africans' trade goods. Although the sword, probably modeled after one in John Mart's collection, is more appropriate to a nobleman, the lion cloth, the ivory tusk, the palm tree probably stem from prints of traders in Guinea coast. Right? So you got to know how to read it.
Wow. You know all those things are originally from America. Like elephants are originally from America. So.
You're not doing this, bro. Like I said, people who seen these people painted them accurately. You're going off of like.
So wait. So
picture.
they saw those people and they painted them, right? But whenever it's a person in America and they're about the same complexion, that's make believe art, right? But how do we know that that's not?
No, you're not listening. Like I just demonstrated you with that picture that been a running meme in the Aboriginal community. Those people who made the picture never came to America. When somebody did come to America and see the actual people, this is how they always painted them. They didn't paint them any just dark with their imagination.
And where's this painting
also comes from secondary sources. What?
And where does this come from? This
Albert
image?
Eckhart, whatever his name is.
Let me see that. I had to screenshot it. Bum yard sucks.
Just to make it clear.
Yeah, this is fake, bro. That's not, bro. What year did they say this is from?
1640s.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna need some evidence on that.
Okay,
I'm gonna need some evidence on the year of that.
The court,
but hold on, it says it. But look, right. This is Albert Eckhart, right? Was a Dutch portrait and still life painter. Eckhart, the son of Albert Eckhart and Marion Roelofs, was born in Groningen, but his training as an artist and early career are unknown. A majority of the works attributed to him are unassigned. He was among the first European artists to paint scenes from the New World. He was in the entourage of the Dutch Governor General of Brazil, John Maurits, Prince of Nassau-Siegen, who took him and fellow painter Frans Post to Dutch Brazil to have them record the country's landscape, inhabitants, flora, and fauna. Right? So I don't know what more you need. Like I said, he was there.
He
was there.
I don't believe that, Art.
You don't,
and I had the 500 Nation book, And I went through the 500 Nation book and was told that the art and all the stuff in there, that shit is not from.
It's not about what you
days.
believe, sir.
Okay, hold on.
It's not my belief. The people who made the book,
So
they're
this
telling
is
me
what I'm
that the
saying.
art
This
is
is a
not
meme.
from the times.
This is different. This is a meme, right, that y'all use, but this is from an actual book. You probably never even knew it. Hold on.
500 Nation got
Hold
the
on.
same stuff in
Hold
it.
on. Chill out. Right. So these are contemporary. This book is from the 1600s, and the paintings is from the 1600s. The only difference is
that book
the
is not
people
from
who
the
made this.
1600s.
Hold on, Lotus. The only difference is the people who made this picture never been to America. The people who made this, the person who made this, was in America. You see the difference?
Did they say that they never met a person that was an Aboriginal
Bro,
from America?
they got all the information from.
Did they say that themselves, or did somebody else say that?
And
Bro,
then see,
they
let
never
me
been
take over
to
for one
America.
moment.
They never been to America.
And they see
the person who made this
But
hat.
did the people from America who were consistently traveling back and forth not go over there and see them?
No, there wasn't no Native Americans traveling back and forth, man.
I mean, I say Native Americans, but I
Okay.
know for a fact that tobacco was banned in Europe.
No,
and
there
my
wasn't.
ancestors were taking tobacco back and forth to Europe.
Hold on,
and they
hold on.
banned
They
it in
was,
Europe.
It was Europeans. Sorry.
And the
ancestors was Europeans. Then. What's
hold
up?
on for a second. Look at the trap they're setting. First, Brazil is in America. Brazil is a country in America. Let's clear that up. Second, Lotus, you quoting the 500 Nation book. That's only for United States. That doesn't tell the whole story. Therefore, you already are parting from a flawed source in that sense. So, in the case of Albert Eckler,
That's a pseudo argument, man.
that's not a pseudo argument.
That is pseudo argument. That has nothing to do with my point for the 500 Nations. So that is a pseudo argument.
No, because if we're talking about America, we're talking about this Western Hemisphere that is from Argentina up to Canada plus the Caribbean, modernly with 35 nations. In that sense, the 500 nations is only referring to the modern conception of natives that were in the United States. Therefore, you're only limiting yourself by observing one of the 35 nations here in the Western Hemisphere. This depiction of Albert Eckert, who was in Brazil as part of the Governor General of Brazil, Johann Maurits, Prince of Nassau-Siegen, he was there, he observed, and as a primary source, drew what he saw. So these depictions that we see here are of primary source, including a painting that right there, his neck has it. The one on the right, that is the painting of an African man. Why? Brazil, just one region of Brazil had the same quantity of slaves that the United States had.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is an absolute lie.
No, that is not a lie.
You have no evidence of people being taken from misnomered Africa to South America during any time before the 19th century. You do not have that evidence. Stop lying. The people over there would love it if you Americans would stop lying about the history too. They've been yelling that shit for over 15 years. How full of it you guys are.
That it's a complete lie. What you just said is a complete and utter lie, and a statement of ignorance.
There's a whole
in that sense, because
calling all them people over there foreigners, saying that those people were brought there, that they had specific tribes, and a whole bunch of tribes went to Africa, and then you're telling me a whole bunch of tribes were taken from Africa, and the people over there are telling me that they were kicking their ass into the Berlin Conference, but you're going to tell me no, before the Berlin Conference, no, they were not in there doing a damn thing until the Berlin Conference. Sekou will agree with some of that Muslim nonsense because he's a Muslim.
No.
But even he had to admit on Sonetter's channel that they were not in there doing a damn thing, taking people from Africa until the Berlin Conference.
Lotus.
Like, y'all got to stop that.
Oh, no, you got to stop. So, Lotus, could you give us somebody from that time period who would have been living at the time of the slave trade saying that these things never happened?
Why would they say something that never happened? Why would they talk about an event that never happened? That's
So how
worse
can
than the
we
pseudo
find
argument what you
people
just
that talk
did.
about it?
That's even worse.
How can we find people that talk about things that happened at that time?
People pass down stories of
No,
their
I'm talking about
history. And then you have people, foreigners, after the Berlin Conference, they came in and wrote their history.
Don't let me find this shit. Where the fuck?
Hagos Alamayahu stressed that in his book, man. I sent that to y'all 1,000 times.
Man, no. Okay. When did he live? Hold on. When did this person live? You talking about?
Hagos Alamayahu information is passed down from his ancestors in Ethiopia. That's generations, 10 plus generations of information passed down. They passed their stuff down, their history and all that, of their ancestors ruling Europeans, of Zabuditu and Menelik ruling the Europeans. They're the ones that had all that garb on and all that royalty and stuff. The British was ruled by the Ethiopians. That's why they gave the queen the golden shoes and did the paperwork with her for the situation with Ghana. That wasn't even the queen. That was Haile Selassie and them doing that.
Still talking about contemporary.
They don't know nothing about the African Union or any of that stuff, man. What was going on?
Enough lying. Lies. I've had it. I can't take it no more. Menelik, which Menelik? Which Menelik? Because you're lying. Stop getting on here lying. The Ethiopians ain't never ruled no European nation. Ever. Ethiopia was too busy worried about Ethiopia, defending Ethiopia from the Italians. The Ethiopians never went outside the Ethiopian landscape of where they were. And this person you keep saying that you claim that you giving people sources about, you is a lie. Your source don't ever say that. You ain't never gave nobody no source on that. We ain't got no book with this person identifying that. So why would you even make that story up? And then sitting here, and I sit here and let you run your muck. Lotus, I sit here and let you run your muck. I got tired of you talking, and then I came on the stage because you lying.
Hold on real quick, though. Hold on real quick. See, I ain't even heard some of the shit he was saying, but I know he's definitely lying.
He talking about Menelik and all of that. Which Menelik? He lying.
But
none of them was ruling over there. And then on top of that, he trying to sit there and say all these people was taken to after. I'll let him conflate.
Let me show him this, though. Oh, he left. Damn, Sean, you made him leave, man. So he said that why would somebody be talking about something that didn't happen? But I asked him about, well, then what do we do with people who was talking about this actual trade, the slavery happening and on the continent of Africa? So this is Alfonso the First of Congo, right? He was from 1456 to 1542, right? You want to know more about him, look him up. But let's just look at a letter that he wrote, right? This is an excerpt of a letter from Nzinga Mbaba, a Portuguese King Jao III, right? To Portuguese King Jao III. But I ain't going to read the whole thing, but we're going to read, where we at? All right, let's just read this right here. Let me zoom in. Showing the Rand Lotus off. It says, this is a letter written in 1526. Many of our people, keenly desirous as they are of the wares and things of your kingdoms, which are, he's talking to the king of Portugal, which are brought here by your people, and in order to satisfy their voracious appetite, seize many of our people, freed and exempt men. And very often it happens that they kidnap even noblemen and the sons of noblemen and our relatives, and take them to be sold to the white men who are in our kingdom. And for this purpose, they have concealed them. And others are brought during the night so they might not be recognized. And as soon as they are taken by the white men, they are immediately ironed and branded with fire. And when they are carried to be embarked, if they are caught by our guardsmen, the whites allege that they have bought them, but they cannot say from whom. So that it is our duty to do justice and restore their freedmen, but it cannot be done if your subjects feel offended as they claim to be. Right? So he's talking about what? People being kidnapped and sold into slavery.
And if I may, real quickly, what I found absurd of Loto's argument is that he jumped all over the place. First, the last link I provided, Lotus, can you mute yourself for a moment? The first link I provided from the Wilson Center shows to us that 40% of the 10 million or well over 12 million enslaved Africans brought to the New World ended up in Brazil. So this whole argument and coming up with the Berlin Conference, which makes no sense in this conversation because the Berlin Conference that was celebrated in 11884 to 85 or 1884 to 1885, use Gregorian, was was done by Otto von Bismarck at the request of Leopold II of Belgium in regards of how Africa was going to be, divided by the Europeans. That has nothing to do with the history that we're referring here in the Western Hemisphere in that sense. So the problem here is that his argument is flawed in every sense of the way. Fact, Atlantic slaves trade was practiced throughout the whole continent of what we call America. At that time, what was known as Hispanic America, British America, Dutch America, German America, etc. So we know that at least 12 million people were brought here forcefully to be enslaved. And
Ditto. Come on, bro. You be going way too long, man. I don't need to cut you off.
Point being here is,
man, Vino didn't even get to say nothing. He waiting patiently.
Yeah. I'm just gonna conclude real fast.
Gotta keep
Point
this
being,
Ditto.
point being is that everything that he mentioned, the rambling that Lotus did, was nonsensical. It went all over the place, but said nothing at the end.
Exactly. We got Vino and Shy up here. What's good, y'all?
What's good? What's good, Nak? What's good, Ditso? I'm gonna let Vino go before I ask him something. Go ahead, Vino.
Y'all doing okay? Y'all good? Can y'all hear me?
Your mic low. What's good though?
No, man, I'm saying that y'all on the topic.
Your mic low, Vino.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. It just seemed a little like you just kind of low, but we can hear you enough, guys.
Nah, man, I was just saying that y'all was on the topic of pictures, and so like, what is y'all saying that? So basically, what y'all saying with all the pictures where the Indians look like black people back in the day, you saying that those are fake pictures?
Nah, nobody said anything about fake.
Well,
I did turn his mic up. You gotta move closer to it or something. I turned your mic up, but it's still low.
Let me come back and come back in real quick.
All right. Sorry, what's good?
What's good? I called him up here. The other day he showed the source. Well, he ain't show a source. He showed this video. I wanted him to cite his source about these Indian raids, and he showed something about Sanadel something Africa and South Carolina. I wanted him to cite the source, and two, I wanted to ask him like when he see brown, like why is his perception of brown is just strictly black people? Like, I think that's his first fallacy. Like he think anytime he see brown that it gotta be black people. Even if we granted that all the pictures was brown or the people was brown, that don't mean that they were like black people or Negroes like us. That don't mean that. So
Well, the reason that I bring that up like that because I really don't see people that's our color that's not a black person. That's from America.
See, that's ignorant. That's ignorant to say because you out there in Oklahoma, you never seen a Samoan before. You never seen Samoans?
I'm talking about an American.
Yo, I'm gonna be real quick. I'm gonna be right back, yo.
Go ahead. You never seen South Americans?
I'll do the right thing for me.
There's a lot of people in South America that's brown.
No, I'm talking about like my brown or darker, like a black person, like that type
I,
of color skin tone.
I'm
And I'm not seeing.
hold on. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where you from. It's a pizza parlor right on the corner of my block. There's two people in there. They from South America. They darker than my child. I'm black and and my baby mother black. My child is like a like a light brown, not yellow. He get a little light skin in the winter. They darker than him, Vino. I don't know where you been at, but it's Mexicans that get brown as hell. It's Indians that get brown as hell. Like I'm talking about Hindus. So I don't understand this idea that when you see brown, it just gotta be black people. I think that's an ignorant take.
Well, I'm just talking about from America. Now, when I see the people in South America, the people that I do see brown, they got that, they got that color like that.
Those are Americans.
But but they
South America is
basically,
America.
but they basically look like me. And you saying
No,
that
they don't.
it's
No, they
African.
don't. No, they don't. Mexicans,
So
them
you
dark brown
saying,
South Americans do not look like us. No, they don't. You're lying, brother.
man, I'm just saying the dark brown picture that he keep bringing up is that woman.
But that's a painting. That's what I'm saying. When
No,
you
not
see a
the painting. I'm talking about the picture that's not a coincidence. I always bring up of that
with
lady.
that lady, she looked like you.
I'm saying she not dark brown.
That's just one person though.
But
she doesn't represent. I had this conversation with you the other day. You asked me about the Seminoles. We was talking about the Seminoles. You tried to project that the Seminoles was all one complexion. Black people not even one complexion. So why would you think that Indians would be one complexion?
Well, I'm saying that they were attacking a certain complexion. Now,
there's nothing in those sources saying that they're attacking people because of a complexion.
They are.
Why was they attacking? Why was they attacking Indians initially? You mean to tell me they was attacking Indians when they got here based on complexion?
No, they was just attacking off the rip, off the land.
So all right,
but
cool.
then once they start rounding people up, they started dividing.
No, wait. If according to y'all, there's no Africans here, ain't no Africans come here, right? Initially, they're attacking them just for the land. When did it become about complexion?
Once they started rounding them up and seeing who was valuable and who's not valuable, and also within the law, the church said that it's okay to do certain things to certain people.
But where's this idea about complexion? Are you trying to say that dark-skinned people, like where are you getting this from?
Well, I'm getting it for the reason that was the reason why Negroes was a go-to for work. Negroes was a go-to for work.
What's the difference between wait? Why you bring like you all over the place? You bringing in Negroes now. If they're all
when
Indians,
I say Negro, I'm talking about black person.
If they're all Indians, what is this separation of Indian and then a Negro? What's this plot or plan to say some of you Indians are Negroes? Where did that come from, Vino?
It come from the look. It come from the lookership, and it also come from.
But you saying that they all was brown.
No, I'm not saying that all of them was brown. I'm saying that once they was a certain color, they automatically put that label on them, and they couldn't get off of it.
Vino,
that's what I'm saying. Wait, Vino, stop. In real time, I know it's niggas in your hood right now that's light skin, brown skin, dark skin, light brown, and you call them all niggas. You're not separating them. So for you to sit up here and act like they were separating black people or Indians back then, you just that sounds very ignorant, brother. I don't know where you getting that from. Are you suggesting that all the Negroes was dark skinned, that they separated? That they value, like, what are you making this about? You sound like you got like a complexion. You're trying to have a complexion.
Well, what I'm saying is that whenever they first now where they coming from, it's already been a mixture thing going on, but it also been a mixture thing going on over here too. But it's
a mixture with who?
A mixture with Negroes and Eskimos.
Yo, this nigga, yo, Vino.
Sorry, Chuck. Can I
this
jump
is
in there
sad.
for a second?
I mean, well,
It's
you know, the
sad. Hey,
Eskimo
Vino.
type people,
Hey,
you know, the
Vino.
people that come from the north, you know what I'm saying? The people
Nah, you sound dumb,
they're
Vino.
basically, you know
sound
what I'm saying,
dumb,
that
nigga.
they say is basically that they can say it's basically like a Mexican. They say
But
that
the
the
Eskimos
Indians
are
look like,
indigenous. Wait.
but I'm
The
saying, but they say
Eskimos.
that they say that the so-called Indians look like Mexicans.
So, one quick
They
moment
do.
there. Chuck, just one quick moment. V-Note, you were born in the United States, correct?
Uh-huh.
What state were you born in?
In Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay, interesting. Apart from Oklahoma, have you gone outside of the United States, here in the Western Hemisphere, to any other country outside of the United States in the Western Hemisphere? Yes or no?
I've been to Canada.
Okay, you've been
That's
to
it.
Canada. That's it. All right. So I'm going to be very simplistic on this. By the time the Europeans arrived here, do you know what was the population, the estimated population that was here before the Europeans arrived?
I'm gonna
And
say
I'm
that they
referring-
have more people than the Europeans had.
Okay, so when I'm referring to the population here in Western Hemisphere, aka America, South, Central, Caribbean, and North, when you say America, do you only think about United States?
Well, right now I'm thinking about United States with the conversation that I'm having right now. But I'm thinking about the United States because we was talking about the Seminoles.
So I'm gonna launch this in a very straight fashion. Are the natives and the Afro-descendancy born in the United States the only legitimate ones to be called themselves Americans here in the Western Hemisphere? Yes or no?
Hold on. What you say?
Are the natives and Afro-descendants born in the United States the only ones that have the legitimacy or the only right to call themselves American?
No.
No. Okay. So who else in the Western Hemisphere has the right to call themselves American?
Negroes.
No. Who else in the Western Hemisphere? Can you?
Well, I'm saying that the Negroes is part of the natives, but I'm saying that the Negroes is being.
The Negro is not a race. It's not an ethnic group. It's not
I mean,
a tribe.
he said native.
Yeah, but you keep saying Negro. That's what I'm saying. Where's this Negro tribe? Like, let's put it like this. Where's this Negro tribe or any tribe called Negro prior to Europeans coming here? Where's this
Well,
Negro?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the black people in America.
But what are they? They can't just be here. What are they? What were they called? Do you know? What tribe was they from?
So maybe let me rephrase my initial question simple. Who are the only people in which country in the Western Hemisphere that have the only right exclusive monopoly of the term American?
So you ask him questions that's above his pay grade, man.
No, because people ain't got moved around and people is not in their original areas and a lot of different things is going on. You got different labels and you got new people over. Okay. It's a lot of things that went on since the 1500s.
So let me ask something much more simpler for criteria. How many countries are there in America today?
How many countries? Well, you got USA, Canada, then you got everything basically in South America. So I say it's about 20 something.
I'm back. What we talking about? What's going on here? Where we at?
Interrogating V-Note. V-Note, I said the number several times in this conversation, 35 nations.
Okay,
and I'm going to do it real fast. 12 nations in South America, which are Brazil, Guyana, French Guyana, Suriname, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia.
So hold on, you gonna name all the countries? Come on, bro.
All right, I could. Just to make it simple, 12 countries in South America, 7 countries in Central America, 15 countries in Caribbean, 3 countries in North America, totaling 35 nations. So when the slaves were brought here, were they brought only to what is today modern day United States, or were they brought to all other 34 nations? Vino?
Well, since the 2024, people done touched everywhere over here, but it's different times. It's different time. It's different time frames for different parts of America where people started settling and founding stuff, and started
Okay.
exploring and stuff like that.
When they brought the slaves here through the Atlantic slave trade, were those slaves only deposited to what today we call United States, or were they delivered throughout all the continent that we just said is America? It's a simple question.
Yeah, they went to certain little parts. They just had certain little major ports.
You're right, Shah. I'm asking questions that are way above his pay grade. It's all yours.
I mean, you asking? Yeah, people came over to America,
Africans came over here, Vino.
but also people got what they call what the international, or not international, but the intercount what the continental slave trade, where they was just kind of moving back and forth throughout the continent.
Yeah, that's Africans in Brazil or Barbados getting brought up to South Carolina. That's what that is, Vino. Stuff like that. That's an example.
Well, during this whole time, that y'all kind of talking about this, y'all kind of is dependent on pirates saying what the pirates said was facts.
Nah, I give you an example, right? You look at the people that brought the white people that came from Barbados and went up to South Carolina. If they brought Indians with them, why they didn't say that? They didn't say they brought Indians with them. They documented that they brought Africans with them. You don't think those people back then knew the difference of who they was dealing with?
No, for the simple fact that some of these people was just finding people. This was like their first time
Yeah,
even
but you
kind
got
of
you speaking. You can't speak vaguely. We know who the Middletons are. We know who certain people are that was in these particular places. These said names that was moving from
Well,
places.
the reason that I'm saying that is because we gotta. Well, the way that you're trying to say it is that because they were selling Indians, so they was just selling anything.
No, but what I'm saying is they know, if they know when they dealing with the people, like right now, if you dealing, you know the difference between a Mexican and an African right now, right? Like in real
Yeah.
time, or Jamaican.
Uh-huh.
If you was dealing, you wouldn't get a Jamaican confused with a Mexican right now, would you?
Well, the way that I'm coming
No, wait.
in,
Answer my question.
hold on,
Answer
hold
my
on. The way
question
that
in
I'm
real
coming
time.
in, hold on. The way I'm coming in, looking at it is that whenever they coming over here, the people that's automatically over here, they automatically giving them the Indian term until they conquer them, and then they put a different label on them.
No, they not doing that. They never changing the Indian. They know who the Indian is. If they were still in the identity of the Indians or hiding it, we wouldn't know what an Indian is today. If they turn everybody African or Negro, we wouldn't know about none of these tribes they
Well,
was in. You wouldn't. Hold
well,
on, Vino.
not a
Hold on,
coincidence.
Vino.
He
Hold on,
said that
Vino.
that's what they tried to
You
do
wouldn't know
in South
nothing about.
America when
Hold
they
on,
did
Vino.
the terror of the Negro.
Hold on,
He said that
Vino.
they just tried to
Hold
just
on,
make the people
Vino.
Negroes.
Hold
No,
on. You
that's
wouldn't
not what
know.
I said.
You
Don't
wouldn't know nothing about an Arawak
please
or
don't misrepresent what I said. But go ahead.
you wouldn't know nothing about an Arawak or a Taino or any Indian
A
tribe.
Taino was a black person.
No, it was not. Who told you that? Who told you
They
that? Where are you getting that from? Why
Tainos
y'all turn? What?
because you have
What's black?
certain.
Wait. What constitute them being black? They skin complexion? That's what you gonna go off of?
The skin complexion, and also from their own or history saying that they been there and they know the difference between the people that came
But
from
did they
Africa
ever
and the
call
people that
themselves
already
Negroes?
been there.
Wait. One, again, you clearly just think that anything brown is a nigga. That's your main issue.
Well,
And
they got.
two,
Well,
wait,
they
let me
got.
finish. Wait, and let me finish. They ain't never call themselves Negroes. They ain't never say that. You putting that title on them
They
because
call them
again,
maroons.
wait, hold on. Again, they never called themselves Negroes. You putting that title on them
They
because
call
you are
them
under,
maroons.
brother. You are under the assumption that anything brown you see gotta be a black person.
I'm saying
That's
they
your first
calling them
fallacy.
maroons.
You said what?
I said they calling them maroons.
They called the Tainos maroons.
Yes.
Let's source this up right now.
I mean, you know, man, I can sort anything up, you know, but I'm not, you know, cause I'm putting this little third video together. It's gonna be out by the time next week. It's gonna be on there.
No way. Just say that, bro.
You say what?
You made it up. Just say that.
I ain't make nothing up. I'm
So
gonna
wait,
present.
hold on. I'm
gonna present
looking
my
at it now.
evidence on this
I'm
video.
looking at it now.
Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt y'all, but gotta shout out Lem for the super chat. Said peace, fam. Glad we
I ain't
have
gonna deal with Vino too long. I just wanted him to
convo. But let's keep. It's been respectful. Let's keep it respectful.
Yeah, I wanted him to cite
I like
that source he showed me the other night. But how
Shout
the
out to Lem.
Maroons
Appreciate
intermarry
that.
with the Tainos, Vino? How if the
He made
Tainos
it up,
was
bro. He
Maroons,
made
how
it
did
up,
they
man.
intermarry, Vino?
Huh?
If the Tainos was Maroons, how did they intermarry? How could you intermarry with yourself?
Well, just like I say, man, you know, they
You just
had.
making it up. I'm out of here.
No, I'm not making it up, man. They had, you know, they just basically separated people's families, you know.
Hold on.
No, it's two different groups. Do you know who the Maroons are?
The Maroons are they say are the African people.
So why did you call them? You just said the Tainos was Maroons.
Because the Tainos are saying that they are the Maroons and they
You just
are
making this shit
different
up,
from.
Vino. You the
I'm
worst.
saying this is what they saying. I ain't making none of this up. I'm telling you what they saying.
So the